Hello, I'm Ben LaFollette, and this is my level that's being played through. The player can't get in through the gate, so they'll have to proceed down this way and move blocks out of the way to find a small hole in the wall to proceed to the next area. There's also a collectible. There's some more collectibles throughout the yard over there on the far side. Originally the goal was to have turrets here, but I had trouble with the turrets all the way up until the gold assignment was due, so we decided just to cut it. The player will need a fuse, which is inside this closet or storage room. Everything for gold's been textured. Some things may, like the car placeholder, I couldn't make that look super nice, but at least I put texture on it. You interact with that to place the fuse, and then it starts a fire and the gate moves. You can put the fire out with the extinguisher by placing it anywhere within it. One of the new improvements was the fire looks dramatically better, which I'm happy about. For these sections anyway. He interacted with the console, and that took him down to the next section. Now he's inside the bunker. There's a collectible off to the left, but he can interact with these doors to proceed to the next area. The left way is blocked with some debris and fire. That room you pass had a collectible. You could move some stuff around to get. Kind of an office, added a lot more detail in there. Crouch under this and proceed through the Hall of Fire. He's going to use the ramp to make a little pathway up to that block. I realized during the beta that I'd made it too short. It's a bit of a challenge to get through this. To just place it just right. Yeah, you got it. I've added some more debris in the way to give the player a little bit more to do, rather than just having long empty hallways. You've seen the bathrooms before. Not much has changed in there. They're pretty much all textured and just have some collectibles. You proceed down this way. The door will not open until power's been resupplied. There's a collectible at the end of this hallway. You just have to kind of fight your way through the fire and not get burned to get it. There's also a collectible on the shelf over there. You can place some objects to climb up to. Move the debris out of the way, and then proceed through the hole in the wall to this little security-like room. Pick up the extinguisher for the next fire. Place the fire extinguisher anywhere in the fire to put it out. Yep, having a little bit of a hard time with that. Again, this fire's been improved some. I'm really happy the way it ended up looking. You just jump over and move some stuff out of your way to get that broken piece of wire, and then interact with the wall to replace it. And that will open the door to the chapel. Just backtrack through these rooms to get back to the chapel door. One unfortunate thing that wasn't quite sure what happened here was the angels were textured, but then when the build was made, they did turn just pitch black. I'm not really sure why, but you interact with the glowing ones to reveal the hidden passage to the next room, to the safe room that has the item that the Bass requested for my level, which is a missing necklace. And then proceed down this way and interact with the ladder to be moved to the final section. Now he's outside. There's a few collectibles lying around. There's one there, and there's one in a shed nearby. But this is primarily the end of my level, and it's more of a connection. Like I said, unfortunately there was some weird issues with the build, and we were running out of time when we noticed some of them. But that's it for my level.
Hello, my name is Eli Summers, and this is my level. I've done some rather decent retexturing. As the first part of my level, all you have to do is put one one crate on that one pressure plan to open up into this area. Flip the switch. Huh. Okay. You just move those rocks out of the way, they continue on. It looks like some of my textures did not texture. You have to place one crate on one pack. Both panels require both crates. As you move on. One of the things I should mention that I added light fixtures. I mainly added it because some of the lighting wasn't being rendered correctly inside my rooms. Just continue down this path and it will lead you to my third room that has a pressure plate that requires at least three crates. I have put in place like you see there, a counter showing how many crates that's needed for the pressure plate, but it's a stationary counter. It won't decrease or increase as the number of crates that you put onto the pressure plate. Okay, the next area is going to be a toxic waste area. I did some green lighting here to make it look radioactive. As you enter this area, as you can see, you can either push that cube or slide the other one to get into this area. To the left is a room that you have to put at least one crate on there. One crate or block or boulder onto that pressure plate, and then you will have to flip the switch. open up the door to the next area. Over here, just go up these steps. Leads you to my final room area. In this area, you just need to place 3 crates on the pressure plate, as by the blue cube, as it's been designated. Over here you place 5, and once you place the correct number of crates on those pressure plates, all you have to do is flip the switch next, the release the containment field on the power core. That is the main objective of my level. Oh my. And that's the end of my level.
Hello, my name is Christian, and this is my level. So in this level, the goal is to get at the end by going through all the turrets and doors and a couple other mechanics that are in the level to make it there at the end alive. The player can collect items as he goes along as well that are used for currency or type of money in the game. So in this first area, you'll notice we'll start right away with the turrets. A lot of them, it's usually the player using a block or another object like that to find a way to put space between him and the turret. So as you go around, there are objective boxes that bring up text on the screen that let the player know a hint or a clue. In that first area, it lets the player know that he can move one of those orange boxes. There's only 2 that can move in that whole row. The player goes around. Once again, he's faced with another turret. This time it's kind of in a different position, different blocks to use. Another one will pop up as an objective that'll let the player know that he's reached the next area and that he needs to use these blocks in this area a little bit differently to position himself so that he can make it past the turrets. Once he does that, the next room has an objective right in front of it, and it lets the player know that some of these blocks that are in front of him, one of them can move. So the player has to figure out which one he's able to push and manipulate to get around that obstacle, that maze. And then they go up and now there are 2 turrets in this next room. So the player is given a hint that maybe he should grab a block or more than one, so that he's able to combine those blocks and make himself available to go to the next room. Once he goes down the hallway, there is a glass panel that is only breakable to a block. So there is a objective there that allows the player to get a hint that maybe he should break the glass, and it's up to the player to figure out if he needs to, what he needs to grab. This case, it's a block that goes through it. Once the block is ran into it, it breaks immediately. The next room has, again, another turret that's hidden behind one of those blocks. Both of those big blocks are movable. You need to move one of them in order to go through the path and kind of manipulate around that turret as it's shooting as the player is trying to move those big blocks around. And then that's it. The player moves forward. The objective lets the player know that he's reached the end, and then the player would go on to the next level.
Alright guys, this is David Warnicki, and this is my part of the level. So, we get here, the objective comes to discover the secrets of the power plant. And so, we'll start that by opening the door, which you just put the barrel over the pressure plate, and it will open that right up for you. So, we'll come in here into kind of loading dock area. You gotta get through that door there. The way you do that is go around here, and you'll hit the encounter switch. It'll open right up for you. So go back out around here. And into the hallway. There's plenty of more crates and barrels to jump over and move around. So we're back to another pressure plate scenario. You'll put the cylinder on it, go right up around this way, get it angled just right, carry it on around, and get it just to rest right here. There we go. On the next area. Jump down here. And go over here. Hit the encounter switch. To activate the bridge. So just there. And ride it on up to the top floor. As you can see, there's multiple floors in here with some hidden items that you can explore a little bit just for fun. Come across here. Another hallway littered with obstacles. So now we are over to another toxic waste pit to match Eli's. Resting plates. Put another one resting over here on the platform. Take that off. Put this one over on this pressure plate to open that door. And we can continue over into the office area. Now the idea here is to manipulate the doors in order to get to the final objective. So start by pressing this one. Move on into the office to find that one's closed, but that one's open. So we'll go on through here. Go over to the desks. Hit this button. And now that door is closed behind us, so find another way around. So you just remove that pull out your cylinder and move through the hole and back around to the same encounter switch as before. And that is the correct sequence for the switches, so you'll just go through here and collect your power source. And that's it. And then it'll prompt you to move on to the bastion. Well, go back home to the bastion now. That has collected quite a bit of spoils, and here we are to the gates. And that is the Team Okra build, guys. So thank you for watching.